Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video for the third episode of the only season of Manimal. Last time we saw a diplomat from Bulgaria running a smuggling operation but claiming diplomatic immunity left, right and centre for a host of serious crimes. He was using a magic show to get a load of expensive furs into the country, which was a little anticlimactic as far as smuggling goes. After turning into his usual panther and hawk personas, JC and Brooke finally got their man. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1. They seem to have that one sort of panther sound of it roaring, which is used every single time. It's a cruise ship. If we want to go on a cruise, I want to go on a river cruise. I think I find that very relaxing. Just a bit unlikely at the moment though, with the way things are. Someone's having some fun. Oh, maybe not.
It'll be a moment before the serum takes effect.
I saw his name appear, Robert Riley, in the credits. It's Garon from Star Trek, The Next Generation, and Deep Space Nine.
You told us what you've done with the list.
What list?
The list is with the money.
The money? What money?
$2 million from the company.
Where is that money?
Money to start a new life, to forget the killing, the spying.
Forget the money. Where is the list?
I can't which one it is, but one of the agencies in America is called the company. I can't remember if it's the CIA or the FBI. I think it's the CIA. I'll confirm up here. So it sounds like he's been given $2 million to start a new life after all the work he's done for the company. Seems a bit suspect.
List is with the money.
What is the list?
He's not moving.
What happened?
Make sure he never comes out of that coma. Be very careful. It's very dangerous.
They're not dangerous though. I don't think they're even poisonous, tarantulas. Or if they do have any poison, it's not enough to harm a human or kill a human. Again, I'll put some information up about that. But if they're being so careful about it, getting it out of the box, how are they going to get it back in the box afterwards, whenever they're done? I assume the intention was they've released it to inject the guy and kill the guy with its venom, which it doesn't have. But yeah, how are they going to get it back in the box? Oh, God, I hate spiders. Oh.
Where's the murder weapon?
Right here. Excuse me.
Well, that explains why I didn't put it back in the box.
Any more, then he can be held responsible for the rope burns on his wrist.
Get out of here and let the lab boys have the room.
Come on, Captain.
Let go of me. I have a right to see my father. Oh, what happened?
That's a pretty incompetent police outside the door. Even letting her in there. It's a crime scene, and letting her in there, she could be chief suspect. Well, certainly is a suspect at the moment. In fact, that's the case ruined. If she did do it, they can say, you know, we found evidence of you in the room, and she can just say, yeah, I came in afterwards and cried when I saw him dead. So they completely ruined the case.
He sent me one of those overnight express pouches. I was to follow his instructions.
My tarantula was murdered. Say who? My analysis of the spider's blood reveals enormous amounts of benzodrine strychnosis.
That was in the man. So is it that it bit the man to kill him, but it, when it bit into him, obviously some of the blood would have gone into the spider, and the drugs that they injected the man with to get him to talk killed the spider? I'm not sure.
You're absolutely safe here. I promise.
She left the hotel.
You're absolutely safe here, I promise. Yep. Not a promise you can keep.
This was in the locker at the airport.
Your father's handwriting, I presume.
Well, there's not $2 million in there. Might be a list.
To be open only in case of my death. If you love me, trust no one. May I?
Already disregarded his instructions. Trust no one.
$100 bill. And a key. St. Carib Bank.
Plane
An
ticket.
airline ticket. One way to Nassau.
Why $100 bill? There's something about that bill. Forgery? A good forgery?
2 million more. Where this came from, Terry.
Oh, it's just a sample.
Have them order a new autopsy. Have them search particularly for a needle mark in the vicinity of the spider bites and the possible presence of the drug benzodrine strychnosis.
So, they put the spider on him to try and get him to bite him where the needle mark was to cover up that there was a needle mark. And the spider did die from whatever the guy was injected with, but he had the rope burns on him. So it was completely pointless covering it all up because they're obviously going to do some kind of an autopsy on the guy to find out what happened. If he's got rope burns, it was a murder, so that seems very convoluted.
And in the meantime, Terry and I will take the first possible flight to the Bahamas.
I bet they're gutted when the storyline gets them to go to the Bahamas. A lot of these shots were in an Automan episode. In fact, I think this entire montage there was. I'll confirm. They obviously did a lot of close work with Automan on this. But like the last episode, I think this was first, which means Automan probably took it from Manimal. I think the budget for Automan was so huge, they obviously tried to cut costs wherever they could.
Terry Sloan.
He was in Automan, guilty.
This is Arnold Sipes, my father's partner.
Yeah, he's up to his neck in it, I bet you. Simon McCorkindale, I can remember how you pronounce his surname, JC. He's got a scar or something. I noticed it in the last episode, but I don't think I remembered it in the pilot. Maybe it was, I just didn't see it, but I certainly noticed it in the last episode. Yeah, there's a scar there, which is odd for a lead character to have such a big, obvious mark like that. It looks fairly recent, doesn't it? Like an old scar. Might try and find some information about that as well, but I'll see what I can find. But yeah, weird. Don't think I could do a limbo like that. I think my belly would get in the way.
Sloan got in some kind of trouble. I don't know what. Drugs, contraband? I don't know. Unfortunately, he took all the money we had. If I don't get it back, we're in a bad way.
Yeah, I think it's his $2 million. And the other guy, the partner, the father who's died, took it from him. And a list. Don't know what the list's of. I know this guy's trying to get that money back. It might be money he owes to a mob or something, so he's desperate to get it back, else he'll be killed. Just the impression I'm getting, some sort of deals. The money's for a purpose, and he's got to get it back. That's the feeling I've got. Ah, you cheated. You turned your head. All those watching. So they're not related to the money because they didn't know anything about the money. So there are two separate things going on here. There's the money, which is his partner's, and this list, which is to do with those guys.
If you don't mind, I'm just going to go freshen up a little bit.
Not alone, please, Terry.
I'll be glad to see you safe as ever.
Don't trust him.
Yeah, I think we're onto something big. Listen, I'm going to take the red eye tonight.
Good idea.
Okay, I'll see you in the morning.
It's nice to see you.
Oh, that hurts.
He's going to hear it.
You're hurting my arm.
Still don't quite know how his abilities work, his heightened senses.
Any idea who it was? No.
That doesn't make him innocent. I said, so there's two separate things going on here. He's related to one.
My head
The
feels
men
like
are
it's
related to
split
the
in
other.
two.
Oh,
the play.
he is.
What choice did I have? You saw those two Russians watching every move we made.
He's committed to the role. This has happened in that Automan episode as well. I don't understand the jurisdiction. They're in Barbados. Brooke, is a... I can't remember where they're based. I thought it was New York initially. But they're based in an American city. How has she gone off to investigate crime on Barbados? Or in Barbados? This doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. I'm pretty sure I looked up last time that it's British police who maintain order on Barbados, not American.
Briefcase.
Looks heavy. You could get 2 million in there with the right denomination.
Box will be number 512.
It really is $2 million.
Father's partner did mention that there was a considerable sum of money missing from the company's accounts.
Yeah, he said that. And he got his word.
Excuse me.
That's a good bank. Very secure.
Hey, man, wait a minute. Look good on you for
So
ragging.
you're going to be changing in the back of the car at the moment. Nope, just getting away. With the money.
Briefcase.
There's no way you can hang on there for too long. Can't get enough grip. What dangerous stunt though. Whack your head on the floor. Blimey. Hawk again, I'm assuming, because he needs to follow it. Oh, actually, I think that's a panther transformation. That's odd. I would have thought the hawk would be better. That's really weird. It's really obvious that a panther's following, and it's harder for him to follow, even though he's going across country. The hawk, fly above, no problems at all. Won't be seen. I apologise for yawning all the time. I don't know why. I'm very tired at the moment.
Nothing. Nothing but money.
Before he
list.
died, Sloan said the list is with the money.
Say something, you half-wit, you actors. Look!
Is he going to pick up the briefcase in his teeth?
Let's just review the contents of that envelope again. There was a key, an aeroplane ticket to Nassau, a note, and $100 bill.
Is there like a microdot on the note, on the money? So the list could be really small on the $100 bill.
Who knew that we were at that private club? And who knew precisely the time that we were going to be at that exact bank?
My father's partner?
Maybe we should call the police.
I thought we were the police.
And that's the other thing I don't understand, is what his relationship is with the police now. Because originally he was a police consultant to do with animals. But now he seems to be heavily involved in investigations. I think last time they said he was part of a special task force, if I remember rightly. But I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. I don't quite understand what his role is.
Well, send them in. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, is the parrot going to repeat it?
Come out there. Why? No, I want them in here.
I'm sure you'd much rather return to your friends.
The thing is, that parrot might only know captivity. It might never have been in the wild. So by releasing it like that, it could get killed easily by predators. And in theory, I agree, it should be free, but you don't know the circumstance. Is he going to turn into the parrot, take its place?
Sammy, you say good morning to ladies? Say good morning. Good morning.
So he did repeat the testing, but he'd heard outside the window.
Why did he send me that key if the money didn't belong to him?
Are you looking for something?
Some clue to what was in his mind when he embezzled the money.
They've only got your word. It's your side.
You think your father was in the import business? Well, he wasn't. Your father worked for the CIA.
CIA.
I was his commander. He took money from our contingency bank account. Kind of a government emergency war chest.
I have to admit, though, I'm not so sure now the father is as completely innocent as maybe we thought. Well, I thought he was at the beginning. He has taken that money, and it's not like the government would have given him $2 million like that to disappear. It is likely he's taken it. He might have taken it from his partner to stop his partner from doing whatever he's doing. But I don't know, it's the way things are worded. I don't know. Maybe he's not as innocent as we thought, and he was involved partly with whatever his partner's involved with as well, but he took the money.
I don't understand how this is going to tell us anything.
It's an old police procedure, Terry. It's now Mr. Sipes' move.
Man on the inside, or parrot on the inside. So he'll be making phone calls and having conversations now after that, and he's listening.
Walking in here with that case?
Don't start celebrating yet. If we don't find the list, we're right back where we started.
Scared, come on. What could frighten a guy like Sloan? He was the best. I'd put my life in his hands anytime.
Sold out.
Oh, I thought that guy was one of the three guys we saw earlier, the Russians, but obviously he's not. No, I'm a bit confused now. Russians.
We are in trouble.
We're in trouble. What about Brooke and Terry?
Where are the police? They're in some apartments. Somebody fired 3 shots through the door, kidnapped 2 women, which they've had to have gone through. People would have seen it, bound to have, at some stage. And there's no police there. They're just dealing with themselves.
I think I found a list that the Russians are anxious to get their hands on.
Better keep an eye on out here. We don't want to be disturbed.
I've just realised they're CIA running an export-import operation. That's very James Bond, because that's they always hid behind an import-export company as well. Universal Imports, I think they were called. Universal Exports, Universal Imports. It's got to be a bit of a nod to James Bond and sort of spy thing.
We're looking for a list of KGB agents. All deep cover. People we never suspect.
That this $100 bill should come smack in the middle of this stack. Huh. Here's a serial number that does not belong.
So is that the one that's got like a micro dot?
Huh. What a bit of luck.
Okay, so he is a bad guy.
List of senior Americans working for the Soviet Union. And your name on the top of the list.
Right.
The shock it must have been for Michael, your dear friend, to learn that you had been working as a double agent all these years, leaking his hard work to the Russians.
I felt that he was guilty from the beginning, but then that little bit in the middle made me think, oh, actually, maybe not. But obviously he is. So is the other guy in on it as well?
I found out why we couldn't find the list. You were right, Donner. They took it in the bank before the Russians jumped it.
But why?
No, he's a good guy.
JC? That you man you coming to?
He's already changed him. What animal? Panther again? Seems to be the most common one. So when they open the doors, he leaps out.
Was allergic to the serum. It killed me.
She might be as well. Might be hereditary. Genetic. Convenient. Lots of animals around.
They got both their hands tied. Come on.
That's a bit silly. It's obviously a trap. So I assume they're both tied up in the back of the truck.
This time we'll give you a full and possibly lethal dosage. Where is the list hidden?
Does she know? He might not have told her. No, he didn't tell her. So she actually doesn't know where the list is yet.
Come on, stop it, Nicola. Come on, you get up here. Now!
What if they'd shot the elephant in the head?
It's Jonathan.
No, it's not.
These bull elephants consider a promise is a promise.
So that kind of implies that he can talk to animals. But I don't see how that would work. Like his abilities, that he has enhanced hearing as well and eyesight when he's a human, in a human form. So I don't completely understand his powers.
But we do have to decide what we're going to tell Rivera.
Our friend, Mr. Donner of the CIA, told us that we couldn't file a report.
How are you going to cover up all of that?
No phone calls, no wires, nothing.
Well, would you believe a complicated charade between the American CIA and the Russian KGB? No.
Weird ending, and again, I just don't know where they fit amongst all the job-wise. He's the lieutenant. Brooke is under him. I don't know where JC fits in. And they said they just disappeared for 2 days. Most people who disappear for 2 days from their job would be in a lot of trouble and need to explain what's going on. Confusing. And it was quite a bit of a confusing story. A few twists. You kind of, well, I certainly did. Went back and forward, thinking that they were innocent, then guilty, both of them. Yeah, it was a bit of an odd one, but yeah, it wasn't as good as the last episode. I have a terrible feeling we might have peaked in the second episode, and they're all going to be downhill from there on. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below, and I shall see you for the next episode. Be seeing you.